Hello folks, Sam Owens here with another product for your comfort. This is the Garvee Portable Air Conditioner, 8,000 BTU. Great for certain rooms in your home that you want to have a portable air conditioner. Okay, as I go through the program, a lot of the details and information about the air conditioner will be in the upper right hand corner, so pause and read and find out more. You get a unit here which is going to allow the exhaust hose to be mounted in a window either horizontally, and here's the adapter that goes right here in there to exhaust the hot air out of the air conditioner unit to the outside. Okay, this is adjustable to most windows. It can also be mounted vertically if you have a vertical window that slides this way. So it accommodates both. There's some hardware that fixes that position in the window. And here are the two adapters that connect to the hose. This one connects here, and this one connects to the back of the air conditioner. And both of these will screw on either end, and they go counterclockwise. Right here is the quick installation guide for assembling this portion of it. And then they show you on the back side just what I explained about horizontal and vertical placement. Also, you've got an extended warranty that you can purchase. And right here is the user guide. If you cut along the bottom all the way around, you can slide this up instead of trying to turn it over and pull it out, and keep the air conditioner vertical. Wait 24 hours before you plug this in. I know when you get your air conditioner, you're going to be excited to try it out. Do not do that, because you don't know if this has been laying on its side in the shipping truck. And they're clearly telling you, important, if air conditioner has not been stored and transported in an upright position, wait at least 24 hours before operating the AC unit. Here is the air conditioner unit itself. The all-important remote control. You get two batteries, and they go in the back right there, and it's ready to go when I plug it in. Now, this is telescoped, and what you can do is pull this out from one end. We'll start with one end and just pull them out like this, get you a little bit of it. And then what you will do later, when you get close to installing it, you will stretch this out to the distance you need to get to the air conditioner. And we can pull this out about the same amount so that we can screw these ends on just like that, okay? And now this is the part that's going to the window. Like this one goes counterclockwise, okay? Yep, but look here. This, I need to make sure that it's all the way out, all the way around, and then put this on, get it started, and you can look in there and see that you've got it secured all the way around, and that's as far as it goes right there. Okay, now we take the other end, and we don't have to do this right now. I'm going to do that a little bit later. But we got this in, and it's secure, and now we're going to show the setup of this unit right here. Now you're going to put this here like this, take this part, turn it over, and then what you do is put this in like this. That goes like that. And you're going to hold it up so that you can line these up just like that. Goes up in that slot, and then as you push it in, you see, and over here, you'll just go ahead so that it doesn't fall out, and we'll hold it in place. Put the wing nut on there, and we won't tighten it quite real tight yet, just keep it from falling out. Now, we can place this in the window. In other words, stick it in there horizontally. Ours is going to be mounted horizontally. And you go all the way to the end on both ends. And then once you do that, you would tighten down on this. You can have foam under here, get you some weatherproofing foam, and you can make it weather tight where you won't have air escaping out the sides. All right, you get 2 little screws, and those screws, you only have one hole here, is going to secure this end into the unit. And the way they do that, so I'm not actually going to put them in because I don't really need it for the demonstration. But right here you have 2 little cutouts, and down there. And then you have these on both ends, and you line those up like this, and you push them in there. And then when you do that, they are going to be secured down inside here, holding this from coming out. If you need to take it out, you can push over on this and then it'll drop out. But once you do that, you notice your screw hole is here. What you do is you slide this over, and now this screw will go right in here and go all the way through, holding this in position. I'm not going to do that right now. And then to take it out, remove the screw, pull this out, and then like I said, you have to take your fingers, pull down, and then it'll unhook. You can't just pull it straight out. So keep that in mind. This is the control panel. This is the cool outlet. There's 2 outlets on this that air comes out of. This is the cool air is going to come out of the air conditioner. And you have these vents that you can adjust. You can't automatically adjust them, but you put it to the position that you want, up, straight across, or down. Closed when you're not using it. Okay, now with this, there's also another output, and this is the hot side. In other words, down here, air comes in to the condenser, and that is the hot part. That's the heat that is removed from the room, and it exhausts out here. So this is where you're going to connect that hose, is right here to direct that hot air out of the house. So you can see real clearly that if you don't use the hose, this hot air is going to be just sucked right back around, and soon your air conditioner is going to shut down because it got too hot. So that's why you have to operate this with the air exhausted out of the room. Very important. Okay, while we're over here, this is a place that you can store your electric plug or cord, and it's adapted for different types. This is the regular standard AC at home, and right there it goes. Okay, and that's the only power cord, and these are they're actually surge protectors that if something happens too much current, it will pop this out, and then you just press it again and it will pop it back in, and you'll be ready to go. You can test this feature to see if it's working by, when it's plugged in, press this, and then that will pop out, press it back in. Okay, so for right now, we're going to leave this in there, and nothing else is on this side. And right here is an air intake, and this is for your cooling. This is going to suck the cool air that's been conditioned in the house in through the evaporator. That's the part that is going to do the cooling. It's very cool, and blow it out this vent. So you see you have 2 halves. The top half is for cooling, and the bottom half is for exhausting the hot air. So that's why it's important for me to explain this so that you operate it properly. There's a filter right there that you need to periodically, and this is the only one, very easy. You can wash it and clean it up and get all the dust out of there. and that keeps the evaporator from getting dust on the coil. So it's important to operate it with this end. Okay, this is another hose setup that I have to save time, and I'm going to screw this on to it. It's the same size as the hose that comes with this unit, but just this will show the application. They're showing in and out. In other words, the direction that you push it. It's going to go like this, in, and I'm going to move this up, and see, I can adjust this, and I push this in like this until it clicks. There, that's a light click. Okay, that's secure, and the hose is connected so that now when I run the air conditioner, all of the hot air from down here, the condenser, will go to the outside of the garage. Okay, here is the other end connected to go outside, and you see I do have weatherproofing in there, weather stripping, and then it adjusts down to the back. Is right here is the water outlet. Yes, air conditioners, as they work, they produce water. So you're gonna need some sort of a container. I've got a milk jug here, and I've got a hose that comes with this. You pull this plug out. If you leave this in, when the unit gets full of water in this tank that's here, it'll shut off. So then you have to drain it in order to get it to turn back on. So the hose is right here, and this comes with it. I didn't show that before, forgot. But this just goes right on this end. Let's see, I think I had this one. Yeah. And get it right on there. Then stick this into a container. And then you can watch that if you want to, or you could have this a long hose and running into a place that you can drain the water. And I plug it in right there, and you get a red light. So we're powered up and ready to go. The booklet on page 20 shows the control panel and all of the buttons and operation. I'm just going to briefly go through it, and also the remote control, and we'll just walk right along. Okay, this right here is the timer button, and actually I have a power button right here you touch, and it's on cool. It's showing cool. And take it and put it in the mode that you want, maybe dehumidifier. It can be a dehumidifier. The mode right here. This is the mode switch, B mode. And it will toggle through cool, dehumidifier, and fan. This is just fan running right now. I heard the compressor kick off. So air's coming out of there good. If I want high, I can go to high and low right here. And then if you want a timer, the timer is right here. It will only run for the period of time that you set and then turn off. Let's try it one time. Timer is on. 1 to 24 hours. So right now it's set for 4 hours and it'll turn off. And to cancel it, the 20 remaining flashes, press the timer button again and the timer will cancel. Okay, 1 and then 1. There. Got to hold it just a little bit. Okay, so that's the timer. Let's see, that's pretty much it. I've got it on cool right now, and it will, it's set for 75 degrees. Once 75 degrees is reached, the compressor will turn off. If I want to change and go up 76 or maintain those temperatures, this is how you do it, up and down. All right, now a dehumidifier is nice, so to get there, now I heard the compressor change, and now it's removing the humidity in the room. And right here will tell you, let's see, I'm not sure exactly if that's the display is showing dehumidifier. That would be one thing we'd have to look at. I don't think, you're not adjusting that. That's like the humidity that's out here is 79%. So it's going to change the humidity when you're on dehumidifier. All right. So that's pretty much it. If you want cool, go over here, and now you're back to cool, and it automatically refreshes to the temperature you had before. Remote control is easy to understand. It's not complicated. You have power right here, which equates to each of these buttons. These do. So let's turn the power on and watch that. Whoop, let's see. There. You got to point it at the unit. I turned the air on. Now let's say if I want dehumidifier. There, I have dehumidifier on and 78%. And I'm not sure, it doesn't look like you can adjust this. I'd have to read up on that, but the instructions are going to tell you how to set up the dehumidifier. I think most people like cooling, and I do. And then if I want the fan high, I have a high button here, and I can set it on high. And here's the water full. The timer, I can set the timer, like I say, 1 hour, and it's going to turn off. And then to cancel it, hit it, and then hit it again, and there. Very easy. And then if I want to turn the unit off, I'm finished with it, hit the power button. It'll take a few seconds to settle down, and then there you go. And I could close these to keep dust from getting in there. And don't forget the water back there. Okay, folks, you see, easy to set up, easy to operate, and this could be something that would work for your home when you want to cool those areas that you don't have air conditioning right now, like a garage or an extra room that never got air conditioned. This could be the answer. And I want to thank you very much for watching my video.